guys and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it's time for me to bring you to another episode of Leicester City Career Mode here on FIFA 16. I do believe this is episode number 20 of Season 2, and today of course we continue with our European adventure. Last time out we took a historic victory against Bayern Munich, amongst other things in that episode, well, amongst a lot of other things. If you haven't seen it already, I do suggest checking it out, but of course today we now find out who we play in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and it is a big one. I didn't think it could get any bigger, but indeed it has. In the background though, you are seeing a squad report, quite a bit of growth as well recently amongst some of the bigger players in the squad. Chilwell's gone up there as well in terms of young players, but quite a few first team players going up, which is nice to see, including Kasper Schmeichel and N'Golo Kante, which you'll see a little bit later on in training. Some of the youth players there like Danny Flanagan, Sam Eastwood and Ravel Story, the trio that are from England. Mikael Vestergaard is now at 4 to 64. Marcus Karlgren, who his story is evolving at a rapid pace at the moment. He scored again last episode. He's only 52 overall and he's now got 2 goals for the club. That's more than people like Danny Drinkwater and people who are big staple names really in the squad, and he already is making quite a name for himself. Masuaku's back from injury. I think he's gone up to 77. I don't recall him being 77. I might be wrong, but I'm fairly sure he's gone up an overall. As I said before, the likes of Kante, the likes of Schmeichel, and I think there's someone else as well in the squad who's gone up an overall. And there you can see the players out on loan, including Sloth, Ling, Barnby, Elder and Tom Lawrence. And Tom Lawrence's loan team are a team we're playing in the first game of today's episode. We're playing Burnley at Turf Moor in this first game of the episode, and Burnley are struggling, about 1 game away from relegation at the bottom of the table, and they are the lowest scoring team in the whole league, so hopefully we'll be keeping a clean sheet in this one. Some changes though due to fatigue issues, sort of like a hangover from last episode. Mbolo and Zahovic up front, Sisto into the side to replace Herman, Drinkwater in to replace Arnold, and Klosterman in for the Brazilian right back Bruno Perez. But in the 5th minute it was actually Burnley who get the first chance of the game. A simple save though for Kasper Schmeichel, right down his throat almost. Danny Drinkwater though finding Luka Zahovic, 2 entries into the team for this game, and the Slovenian striker who scored again last episode, forcing a good save out of Jilks there. As you can see, Sisto though doing a very good job of testing the keeper there with that finesse shot from outside of the area. It did fall to Mbolo, who was absolutely miles offside. I don't know why he's complaining. That was in the 25th minute, so we do have a goal disallowed, but rightfully so by the linesman. Drinkwater, though, picking up a corner, an alternate corner on the edge of the area, forcing the save out of Jilks. That, though, or Gilks, I don't know, Jilks, I don't know how you say it, but however you pronounce his name, it's absolutely shocking goalkeeping, because he's just seen the ball fly at him. There's not really any bodies in the way, and he's just flapped at it, and it's landed straight at the feet of Mbolo, who's now got the ball again, and we now lead 1-0, and Drinkwater's in the action again. He finds Riyad Mahrez, and that is a lovely first-time volley into the bottom corner, and suddenly we have gone from drawing 0-0 to being 2-0 up after in 10 minutes, Riyad Mahrez, the Algerian winger. Haven't seen much of him in this game, but that is a lovely finish first time, and set up by Danny Drinkwater, who's been key in all the goals so far. And Danny Drinkwater's picked up the ball again from N'Golo Kante. He's not being closed down, he blasts the ball into the far corner. Absolutely fantastic goal from the midfielder Danny Drinkwater. I do believe that is his first goal of the entire series so far. So that's an indirect assist, and a direct assist, and now he's got a goal as well. Danny Drinkwater is having a party out there at Turf Moor. It's not Vardy having a party, it's flipping Drinkwater having a party. Lovely goal from outside of the area, and we are 3-0 up, 3 goals in a very short space of time, and Burnley should have scored there. Lukas Jutkovic turning Lukas Klosterman, his namesake, but then putting it wide, and another fantastic opportunity for the Polish-sounding English striker, and again he puts a glaring opportunity wide. Perhaps that is why Burnley are so far down the table, because their strikers just are not clinical enough. Sisto forced another save out of Jilks in the Burnley goal, but after a very quiet second half we do win the game 3-0, a clean sheet and 3 goals, all of which came from Drinkwater, directly or indirectly. He got the man of the match, unsurprisingly, very good rating for him, and Kante and Mahrez and Mbolo and Sisto as well. But Drinkwater with 2 assists in a sense, and a goal in that one. Probably his best performance ever in the squad, and a very good performance from one of our scouts here, because as you can see, we're in a 3 out of 3 situation from England of players that we're promoting, and that becomes 4 out of 4 there with Paul Bishop. Every single player on that youth scout report is being drafted into the youth academy because they all had really good potential. But after that very convincing 3-0 win in the Barclays Premier League against Burnley, we are now facing slightly more difficult opposition. Would you believe we've had Bayern Munich in the last 16, and the only way it can get harder is if we play Barcelona, right? So that's what they do. They just give us Barcelona for the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and we are now going to get straight into the first leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League at the King Power Stadium, which welcomes the Ballon d'Or winner Lionel Messi, who I would have thought has never been in and around Leicester ever in his life before, but there's a first time for everything. Nevertheless, we are playing the mighty Barcelona. This is going to be a ridiculously difficult challenge. Bayern was our most difficult game. This trumps it by some distance, because Barcelona are a very good squad, and you can see they've even improved their squad as well, with the addition of Eden Hazard, who forces Neymar onto the bench. Boateng and Hummels have been bought at centre-half, and Bertrand Traoré is up front. But nevertheless, we are going forward at the start of the game. Arnold there finding Riyad Mahrez, but it's a comfortable save for the Chilean goalkeeper Claudio Bravo. Arnold then seeing Schlupp on rushing from left-back. He finds Vardy, who goes for the strike, but is brought down, and we have won ourselves a penalty. It's Ivan Rakitic, the Barcelona midfielder, who shouldn't really be in an area like that for reasons such as... and he's given away a penalty. Vardy wins it. It will be Mahrez, though, who steps up to score possibly his most important goal in his career, and he does so. Riyad Mahrez can put on his CV that he's scored against Barcelona. It's from the penalty spot, but they all count, and that gives us a 1-0 lead here at home. Now, if we can hold on to this, we'll be in a fantastic position going into the new camp, having not conceded an away goal. But Bertrand Traoré is trying to change that, but it's a good save from Kasper Schmeichel. In comes the corner from Rakitic, and it's a good header from Hummels, but again, another solid save from Schmeichel at his near post. Now Lionel Messi, we've not seen much of him, but he's going to try and get past Kevin Wimmer, and with his pace and dribbling ability, he has done so. Next up is Nkulu, who goes past him as well, and then forces another great save from Schmeichel, who tips it onto the post, and it goes wide. But we're now going forward on the counter-attack. Daniel Amati has found Jamie Vardy. Lovely first touch. He's going to try and dink the goalkeeper. What a goal that would have been, but it hits the crossbar, and how important will that tiny measurement end up being, because we've hit the crossbar and now Barca are going forward. It's a mistake from Schlupp, and you do not give Lionel Messi those opportunities. You cannot afford to make mistakes, and it's a shame from Jeffrey Schlupp, who's into the side to replace Masuaku because of his pace, but he's given the ball away there. It's a shocking touch. Messi capitalises on it, and now Barcelona have an away goal here at the King Power Stadium. Into the second half, Iniesta sees Neymar, and what a goal that would have been. That end of the pitch has seen some almost fantastic goals. One from Vardy, one from Neymar. Both do not go in, but Vardy has now found Shinji Okazaki off the bench. He's one-on-one with 6 minutes to go, but he panics and has to slide for the shot, and it's saved by Bravo, and an equally good save from Kasper Schmeichel. The goalkeepers, the number ones, are pulling out all the stops. What a save that was from Schmeichel from the corner to deny Barcelona taking the lead and putting us in a very, very difficult position. But we did have chances to win that game. Vardy hitting the bar with an absolutely delightful chip, and then Okazaki right at the end. You can see the ratings there in the background. Amati and Arnold, the highlight play, the sort of standout players in terms of the outfield players, but Kasper Schmeichel gets man of the match yet again. Moving on though from the first leg of the Champions League against Barcelona. And well, you can say we've certainly developed in this series, haven't we? We've gone from playing Capital One Cup and FA Cup ties against sort of lower league minnows, and now we're playing Barcelona in the Champions League. Though we are moving into training now, and as you can see, there's some players. I've actually put this in the wrong order. This is my mistake. This was actually the first training week in chronological order, and it saw N'Golo Kante go up to an 80 overall. The week after that was the one that you saw first. That was the one that included the youth player Marcus Karlgren, because you guys voted that he, along with Amati and Mahrez, I think it was, should be trained. So those guys are going to be the guys who are trained for the remainder of the month. But today's question of the day revolves around a player instead of training, and a few of you guys in the comments section in recent episodes have said that you want me to sell Shinji Okazaki, 79 overall, but 30 years of age, crucially, starting to age and hence starting to go down on a few attributes, and this will certainly be his peak. He won't go up anymore in terms of overall, and you guys are calling for me to replace him. So in the description, there will be a straw poll deciding whether I should sell the Japanese striker Okazaki, who we've seen play very well across the series in general. There you can see the squad though in the background for the final game of today's episode against Watford. We played them last time and we beat them 4-2 in the FA Cup. Today we're playing them in the Barclays Premier League, and Pione Sisto really is the only change, and the Danish winger is clean through on goal, but what a one-handed save that is from Marcelo Grower. And now Watford going forward, Alman Abdi forcing a wonderful acrobatic save there from Schmeichel from the header, somehow beating Nkulu in the air. Sisto's going forward though again. He's gone past Britos and he's going to try and do this all on his own. Now trying to get past Leon. He has done. He goes past about 4 players, but again, the Brazilian goalkeeper Grower is in the way. But N'Golo Kante, loose pass there, but Maxiano manages to save it. He passes it to Herman, who crosses it into the box for Mbolo at the back stick, and Mbolo gets his 10th goal of the season so far. He is in absolutely wonderful form. Jamie Vardy hasn't scored in the BPL for about 2 or 3 episodes perhaps, but now it doesn't matter because Briel Donald Mbolo's scoring all sorts of goals. Vardy though trying to change that record. It sat up nicely. It was worth a try in the second half, but unfortunately it does go over the bar. Jamie Vardy though played forward by Mbolo one-on-one, but again, Grower in the Watford goal, who we've seen a lot of in the series so far, with a wonderful save. Watford though giving the ball away, causing all their own issues. Mbolo finds Kante, lovely through ball for Jamie Vardy, who uses his pace to get past the Watford defender and then slot it underneath the Watford goalkeeper. And finally, we do have that second goal in the 70th minute. Perfectly weighted pass, the little touch outside to take it away from the goalkeeper, and then he slots it calmly underneath the Brazilian. And that is wonderful play to give us a 2-0 lead. But Watford are not giving up here. Berghaus has cut inside. He's trying to find someone there at the back stick. It's a poor header away from Nkulu, and it finds the feet of Matej Vidra, who we saw a lot of in the last episode when we played Watford in the Cup. He was wasting a lot of opportunities, but in his first chance of the game there, and he converts it to put us under a little bit of pressure at the end, but we do manage to survive and take a 2-1 win, despite a slightly nervy ending, a more nervy ending than was required after the initial mistake from Fukurata Masuaku and then the poor defending from Nkulu. Arnold gets man of the match, good ratings as well for Mbolo, Herman and Jamie Vardy as well, and crucially, you'll have seen the table going into that game at the start of proceedings. Just before that Watford game, and you'll have noticed that if we'd have won that game, we'd actually go 2 points clear at the top of the table, because although Arsenal were in a commanding position, 10 points clear about 4 or 5 episodes ago, they have slipped up and they are now 2 points behind us. We now sit on 70 with 5 games to go in the BPL. Arsenal 2 points back on 68, then it's United on 67. It's looking very much like a 3-horse race, with Spurs trying to solidify that 4th place in front of Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, West Ham, Bournemouth and Stoke rounding out the top 10. Good season so far for Norwich and Watford. Fulham look as if they might just stay up, but they've got to try and work to survive yet. But Burnley, however, who were also promoted along with them, are mathematically down, and Hull and Sunderland could be joining them. Nevertheless, that pretty much brings an end to today's Leicester City Career Mode episode. I hope you did enjoy. Feel free to hit the likes button if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you are new around here as well. Comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much, and don't forget to vote in the straw poll in the description. Now, quick thing, I am planning a new series. It looks as if it could be a Road to Glory series at the moment with how the vote has shaped up, but 400 or so people voting on that straw poll is absolutely mega. But a few guys a little bit sort of confused as to whether that series was going to replace this series. This series will hopefully continue until FIFA 17 comes out. This series is going absolutely nowhere, do not worry. The new series will run alongside this one. It will not be a replacement. So I hope you have enjoyed. It's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.